Hello, my name is Shuttley and welcome back to another episode of the Red Galaxy in Aurora 4X, and I again played a little bit forward between the episodes to get to something a bit more interesting, and we did get some, at least one fighter factory in Proudo, but we now also found 5.8 million liters of fuel there, which is quite a sizable amount of our total reserves right now. So if we have a look, we got 25 million in Kazakhstan. We've got 5.8 in here, which does allow us to maybe build some missiles or something in here. Although that reminds me, do we have... No, we don't have the cargo handling capacity in here. That's actually something that we might want to do, especially if we can get some bigger... or more of the cargo containers. Actually, we shall... I suppose the Troop 1 is currently not busy, so how about we upgrade that? It will at least give it a tiny bit more speed. It will take some time, but that's alright. We'll put that into queue, and after that we'll do another production of that. And I suppose I could get another exploration ship. On the other hand, I don't know. Maybe I'll keep away from that for the time being. But I have a suspicion that in here there might be some alien life finally, which we have been kind of waiting for. Formation training. Okay, so we started training a bit more regiment headquarters in Proudo. So we got one of those now trained. And overhaul completed for the exploration 2. Okay, so that should be you over there. So let's have a look. You were in the north, weren't you? Let's have a quick look. So where could we take you? There's at least one jump point over there still. Yeah, there is a colonizer. So that is a good place for colonies. Kazan might also be a good place, but it's just too far apart for us to actually get in there. And Rostov and Irkutsk have some jump points. Frankly, since we've been constructing a lot of jump gates there, I think I want to figure out what's on the other side of that particular jump gate. Or the remaining point in Novosibirsk. So I'll send the exploration 2 that way. Brezhnev, Novo, and Unexport. Let's see, that's going to take 2 months to get there, but that's not too bad. Factory restored. Another automated mining. Ooh. Oh, and the morale has gone up. Okay. For the construction companies, at least. Let's actually have a look. We can set some of these under a regiment, and this can be renamed to the 2nd Regiment. There we go. So there's going to be 3 regiments of construction battalions in here, which means 6 battalions total, but that's not too bad, I reckon. Research completed. We got the max engine power now. We'll get the fuel efficiency, and after that we can maybe start redesigning some of our missiles once again. Maybe get a little bit better speed in them. Not necessarily massive speeds, but it might be good in the long run. Oh, and construction factory has been restored. Good. Now, I'm a bit worried about the amount of yeah, worker shortage is still pretty decent. 800,000, almost. I mean, we are getting a little bit infrastructure in here, just not quick enough, quite frankly. We are getting about 50-something constructed manually, and then we get another 11.5, so it's about 70 per year. So it's enough to grow the population cap a tiny bit. On the other hand, once the terraforming gets to, or the nitrogen levels get high enough and we can get the oxygen levels higher, we can then start, or once we get the breathable atmosphere in here, then we'll just need to increase the water availability, and at that point it will be perfectly livable, and we can then start transporting the infrastructure from here to some other places. What is completed? Okay, Colony 1 has completed orders. That reminds me, Stalino, how much could you have population? A little bit more, but not massively more. And then you are practically at the max already. Oh, right. Was it? I wasn't pressing it. Volgograd is the place that we brought in a tiny bit of capacity as well now. It has 50 infrastructure, so we could probably do one trip with colonists there, just to get that slowly seeding. So how about we load colonists, go to Volgograd, unload colonists there, and then return home. Should be very little usage on the field, so I don't think we need to refill right now. Okay, we got another regiment headquarters. That's good. So I'm going to assign the battalions in there. I'm not going to bother renaming it right now. That should increase the... Oh, overhaul of the Exploration 5 has been completed. You were in the... Hold on. Vorkuta. So I will send you back there. That would be through Moscow and Smolensk. Go over there. It does take a little while to get up there, but... Ooh! Petropavlovsk. Okay, this seems another massive system. Not quite as big as Kazan. Let's have a look. So where does this... Oh, what does it have? Okay, there's quite a few planets. Actually, this... it has a pretty high luminosity, so a lot of the inner planets are rather cold. This planet with low gravity would be kind of colonizable. Then there's a nitrogen CO2 over here. Carbon dioxide is partially frozen. Okay, what about the second area over here? So there's a lot of moons on that one gas giant. There's another gas giant, Super Jovian. Okay. Fine. Is there actually... There's a Lagrange points. Oh, so we can actually explore both of them. Well, that's handy. And how big is this area here from that end to there? It's about 20 billion. That's not too bad. Well, a few trips we can actually survey this place. Oh! Okay, there are enemies. Also, they're using the Finnish naming system by the looks. Or we are using Finnish naming system for the ships. I know that we are using Russian. I have a bad feeling about this, but we have found some aliens. Now, of course, that means that's probably the... Actually, A2... Probably on the moon there. I would imagine. Let's have a look. If we zoom in a little bit further, can we see... Is it on the planet itself or on the moon? It is on the planet itself, so not on the moon. It is a military ship there. Okay, I think what we may want to do is mark that as a... Hold on, I haven't actually done this yet. Or you... Sector... Control race is that one. Can we actually display the flags on... Yes, we can. Okay. Right. So now that we know that there's enemies there, I think we're just going to pull back. At some point we do need to send in a diplomatic ship in there to do some diplomacy with them. But right now I think it's time for us to just head back home from that system. I don't want to risk too much here. So you remove last, move back home. So let's have a look at that. It has a thermal strength of 374. How much does one of our missile ships have? Or the destroyer? Actually, the Mark IIs are probably better, but do they... I'm waiting for the better military engines, aren't I? Or did I already get them? We did already put in the better military engines. We haven't completed this design, technically speaking. We could upgrade the armor here then. Gives a bit more room. I wonder, what could we do with that? A little bit fuel, definitely. We could maybe... Oh, the annual failure rate is pretty high, so let's get a engineering space. It's going to lower that a tiny bit. Maybe quite a few of them, actually. It's going to increase the crew quite a bit. And the cost of building one of these is getting higher and higher. Did we actually... update any of the radars yet? No, I think those are the ones that we have been using. Well, at least the composite armor does save us a little bit space there, so if we were to get some more... Actually, aren't these... Yeah, we could replace the large fuel tanks with a very large. That's going to lower the construction cost a tiny bit. Let's actually have a look. How much does it have an effect? It actually halves the cost of those components total, but of course it is now a bit more vulnerable. I suppose we'll just put in a tiny bit more fuel there and even more fuel. Okay, it does have a bit higher speed at least. Or it's the same speed as it had before we updated the armor, but at the same time now it has longer range. 50 billion actually. Not too bad. And it doesn't use the fuel particularly quickly either. Does it? It does have high crew by 20. And the cost is higher by about 110. Okay. It's not too bad. Did we... I don't think we actually refitted this. No, did we? The missiles are still rather poor in quality, but now that we are about to get some of the faster speeds, that should be alright. And of course, we do not have anything that has diplomacy modules. On the other hand, what we could do is we could just make a small diplomacy container. Let's do a new ship class. Change that to diplomacy. Diplomatic station. No armor. Doesn't need fuel. It will be used, or we'll use a tug to get it where it needs to be. So, diplomacy module. It does have a pretty high tonnage, quite frankly, but on the max repair, that's what I meant. Not tonnage. So it has no armor, it can be built fairly cheaply. I suppose I could put in some basic sensors in there, just in case. At some point we might want to put in some close-range weapon systems in our diplomatic station, but I think this is going to be pretty much the... I suppose I'll go for 2,000 tons size, just for the heck of it. So do we... That has enough points to actually repair the module, but I'm not sure if that's the best way to go. I mean, this... You can technically put in a radar there, just not have the stuff on there, or... We don't want fuel. I suppose I could just put in a maintenance storage, I suppose. That's 5 tons, the fighter is 3 tons. Oh, it's probably 2.5 tons, actually. So that takes us a tiny bit over. So not that one. It's just the tiny engineering... Oh, fighter engineering is 5 tons. That's probably also a little bit too much. You know what? I don't want to have that. I mean, it doesn't need to be that high. I'll actually lower the stuff a little bit. We can have one engineering space and the major storage bay. That's going to keep the cost a little bit lower. And yeah, we'll just go with this. And we'll put one into the production queue. The Kiro right now, but yeah, we'll probably change the name at some point. Create one of those. And I have a feeling that we'll need more missiles, so we'll put in some Vladimirs in production queue again. Another 250 or so. As we get through the Yosifs. Of course, we don't actually have anything capable of firing the Yosifs yet, so... Building those may have been a mistake, especially since we can get better missiles in due time. Right, is there anything over here that we should probably do? Not necessarily right now. Let's take it slower though. Oh, we got pretty far away rather quickly. So also neutral contact, of course, I can't do... Ooh, okay. Interesting picture there. attempting... Oh, communications are already underway, but of course I'm not entirely sure if we can communicate with them quite yet. Exploration 2? Oh, hold on a minute. Did I not give you orders to go all the way, or did you... You probably took the orders to just away, or go away from the system if there is enemies in there. Probably. Okay, well, where do I want to send you next, I wonder? So if that's the enemy branch, Brezhnev is probably going to be our best bet then. Also, have we... We'll put Volgograd at least in mind leaving. Then Brezhnev will request leave. At least to claim a little bit on that branch. I have no idea if there's going to be some links around right now, but those are the first aliens that we found in this playthrough, and I have the feeling... Actually, I have a feeling that Magadan would be the first place. But let's actually have a look. How is the situation in Magadan? I know that we also... Oh, right, we're doing the jump point survey yet, so we haven't actually gotten close enough to the planets themselves. Did I not give you... Oh, right, I didn't give you the orders. Okay, let me fix that real quick. So, I suppose I could send you... back home first. Then start exploring over there. Also, did we... So, before I forget, let's send you back home. I'll send you again from there then. So, Brezhnev. Volgograd. And Novi Sultanate. Refuel, resupply, and quickly do an overhaul before you'll be sent out. Also, you, once you've done that, I want you to go back home. Volgograd. And you'll refuel, and then you'll figure out where to go from there, but I'll try to keep you a bit closer to the home system right now. Because we know that there's potential enemies in there. They're not hostile yet, because we don't know how to communicate with them. Right, so I forgot to check. What was the thermal... Okay, so it's actually not such a massive thermal signature on that ship that we found. In all fairness. Alright, I'm using 1 day increments here. Let's see, 1, 2... There we go, now we can probably safely use the 5 day increments and not lose too much on a regiment. Still building 1 construction battalion in Proudo. Oh, smaller increments now. I wonder if that's the enemies moving behind us. Possibly. Right, is there all the shortages? Cargo 2 has completed orders, good. So, let's go ahead and... Hold on, where did I want... I wanted you to take some mines to St. Petersburg, didn't I? Yes, that seems to be the case. So you'll load an installation, a mine to be precise. Go to St. Petersburg. Unload all installations. Go back. You might even refuel. Well, how much do you have fuel right now? You got 100%, so you don't need to refuel. We can repeat that another 4 times. And then you can move in to refuel. It's going to take quite a while to be fair, but it's not too bad. Let's see, is there anything else? Not right now. But I have a suspicion that the NPR, I'm assuming it's an NPR. They didn't shoot us and they went, oh, we got the second Zagrad. Finally. I wonder, did it get all the supplies that it needs? It does have a full complement of ammunition. That's alright. Not okay, the great bonus over there is not too bad. The training isn't too bad either. Now we got the the refueling system, 60,000 liters per hour. Completed, and we started on the ordnance transfer system. 48 missile points per hour. Alright then. Let's actually have a look at the research screen again. So that is not too far away. Get in power infantry armor, then we can get the geosurvey companies. So we can start building those and sending them to various planets that need them. So we can maybe get those ground servers going. And then we'll get the core headquarters, and actually after that I suppose we might want to get the boarding capability for units. Although we will need the boarding bay transports as well. There's the heavy vehicle that we might want at some point, but we'll try to research various things at the same time, so can't really focus on one thing only. Okay, Colony 1 has completed orders, so that means that Volgra has a little bit people in there. Actually, do we have a lot of deep space tracking stations here? We've got 2 on there. Actually, Pravda might have more. Yeah, we could go in and take 1 from Pravda once we have a cargo ship available, which we do not right now. Leave the Colony 1 sitting for the time being. We've got another construction battalion over here, so we'll assign you under that one. Can we actually have a look? Okay, so there's some construction battalions that have pretty good morale already. That's not too bad. Speaking of which, we haven't actually gotten any facilities as of late. Okay, nothing important there. Overhaul of Exploration 2 has been completed, so let's figure out where do we want to send you. You could go through Vladivostok or Irkutsk, or continue exploring Rostov. Actually, I'll send you to Rostov, because we still haven't explored that completely, at least the jump points there. Hold on, it was to Saratov, wasn't it, and then Rostov. It's a bit far away, but we'll get there. Ah, new mineral deposit. Ruins located. Ooh. Okay, let's have a look at that. So on the B, it's actually one of the planets that I figure might have something. A ruined colony. So I'm guessing that's not going to be a lot of installations. But fair enough. And some neutronium and thorium, so it's not too bad, especially if we could make this into livable. I mean, we could easily get that into livable condition, assuming that there is some... Oh, actually, is that... Oh, it has enough oxygen to be breathable. Oh. The temperature is a bit cold. But other than that, it's a perfect planet, so I have a feeling that that's going to be inhabited with hostiles one way or another. Well, that's a good find. Ship refitted. Okay, so the troop transport is now ready to move again. Someone retired. Factory restored. Okay. Oh, 220 infrastructure. Oh, but that's in the A3, so that's the smaller one. This one. Okay, I suppose I could get a little bit of population here. Doesn't have a massive amount of minerals though. Oh, they got a construction factory here. I did not notice that. But of course, there's no minerals in here. But you know what? Yeah, let's send in some colonists there. What could possibly go wrong? At least we can spread out into various planets, get the population growing a little bit faster overall. So, not troop, colony 1. Still got plenty of fuel, so you will load up colonist and go to the A3, unload colonist. We'll repeat that 4 times and return to Kazakhstan, and you can probably refuel from there. It'll take you a year, which is not particularly great in all fairness. Now we did refit the troop transport, so that can actually move around, and I know that I have a... Actually, let's have a look. So where can we reach with the... We can reach all the way to Brezhnev with jump gates. We can't reach Magadan quite yet. Oh, I mean, we might be able to reach Magadan, but not beyond that. Oh, we can't return from there currently, I reckon. Okay, so... This is a bit dangerous situation. Then, only 4 jumps away from me, so we need to figure out... I mean, if we could be somewhat friendly with them, that'd be nice. But if we can't, then we may have a problem. Let's see, factory restored. Right, so that was the infrastructure. The ship refitting has been done. So, over here in the A3, we got the archaeology company, which could be moved elsewhere, but at the same time, there's not a lot of places where they could be. Let's actually refresh that so we can see. Magadan has a ruined colony. Brezhnev, they are currently doing the dormant construction, figuring out what that holds in, but we are actually out of time for this episode. So, if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Also check out the links down below in the description, but other than that, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.